bachelor's of science, bachelor's of science, and my master's in public administration. So when I connected earlier this year, actually, with the Alumni Association, I said, hey, I want to do something. And this part came up because I'm an entrepreneur, but I was not always an entrepreneur. So let me just, give you some background about myself. So, I started John Jay in 91. No, I graduated in 91. So I started John Jay in 89, 88, 89. And at first, before I went to John Jay, I actually wanted to go into medicine. And one of the things that obviously, if you're going into medicine, you need to see the sight of blood. And that was one of the things that I couldn't do. So that changed me around to say, oh, you know what? Let me go to John Jay because I wanted to be a lawyer. And my mom was working in the DA's office. And I was like, this is just like a perfect fit. So I went to John Jay, my bachelor's in criminal justice. I was very involved when I was at John Jay. Now, when I was at John Jay, it's completely different from what it is now. When I mean completely different, John Jay had, and I don't know if you guys know about this, but John Jay had a bar in there, the Rat Skills. It had just so many things that was just going on, but I really focused on my education. I really wanted to be that lawyer. And, I joined the Black Organization of Students, and my goal in that organization, my role in that organization was to bring guests to speak to students. And because my mom worked at the DA's office, I was like, this is perfect. I had access to judges, prosecutors, legal aid, police officers, people in high ranking positions in law enforcement and government. So it literally was just, calling my mom and say, hey, mom, can I get a judge? Can I get this person? Can I get that person? So we were really funneling a lot of quality guests to come and speak to the students. And I'm dating myself, but for those of you who might know, the famous Alton Maddox, who prosecuted the case with Tawana Brawley, like he was one of our guest speakers, and it was just like amazing. So my experience as an undergrad student at John Jay was just amazing, and I will never ever negate that or just give that up or anything to that extent. But the education, the professors, they really molded me. And it was something where I had the opportunity to now do my internship at the DA's office. And doing my internship at the DA's office changed the whole perspective of me now looking at my career. So I decided not to go into law, and be a lawyer, but I decided to go into community. Because when I was working at the DA's office, I graduated from John Jay, I became a paralegal. I was working in the Domestic Violence Bureau. And, I literally, while I was interning in John Jay at the DA's office, I worked every single bureau in the DA's office. And I worked at Brooklyn DA, every single bureau. So I knew what was going on in every single bureau. They put me in the clerk's office. I knew what to do. 1, 2, 3. They put me in one of the zones where it was, prosecuting a particular precinct, cases in a precinct or whatever. They put me in arraignments. I knew what to do. So once I graduated with my criminal justice background, I automatically was a paralegal. And that's the beauty part. I didn't have to go to paralegal school. I didn't have to get a certification. My John Jay degree gave me the opportunity to become a paralegal automatically. So if anyone is looking to do that, your degree is going to put you in literally a career path that you might not have even known. So got into that. And one of the deputies came to me of a department called community prosecution. And again, I said I wanted to be a lawyer. I talk a lot. As you can see, I love to talk. He said, Sharon, I think this might be a good fit for you. And I had no clue what he was talking about, but he was one of my guest speakers when I was in undergrad that he came and spoke to the student body. And I never forget, he said, this is something because of what you did at John Jay. I think you can do you will do a great justice to the DA by being in community prosecution. And what is that department? It's really community engagement. It's bringing the community and the DA's office to one, so you understand what the DA's office has, any programs and initiative, because the DA I worked for, Joe Hines, God bless him, he passed away. He thought of intervention and prevention programs. And you don't have a lot of DA's offices. Actually, none of the DA's offices had that. So he was a red apple out of all of the DAs, countrywide. So I thought about it, and he was like, listen, I'll train you. He said, but your personality would be just right for that. And one thing you wouldn't know, but before I started John Jay, I was shy, could not speak to anybody. I was just like, I don't want to do that. No, that's okay. My speech professor pulled me out of a shell that, oh God, I wish I could remember his name, but he pulled me out of a shell and told me that you have to be assertive. People have to believe in you. You can talk about nothing and sound like it is something, but your emphasis has to come out in your presentation. And I worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. My first presentation sucked. It was like, I was like, my name is Sharon Lead. Well, at the time I was Devonish. I was like, my name is Sharon Devonish. And I was looking down, no eye contact, no nothing. He sat with me for 2 sessions. And at that point, I started feeling confident, because he was like, do a speech on something that you know about. And that's what I want you guys to have confidence. I am an entrepreneur, and I have my own public relations firm. So I help entrepreneurs and small businesses get featured in the media, create a strong community engagement campaign, and I also show them how to network. And I do every Tuesday, I do these PR Tipsy Tuesdays, and it's tips on how you can build yourself up to get in front of the media. And today specifically was confidence, because out of anything else, you can know what to do, you can pitch, you can get featured, you can do whatever. If you are not confident in what you are talking about, it will show in the camera and people will think you are a joke. So that built my confidence. My speech professor built my confidence and built it in my head that whatever I come across, I am the bomb.com. I am the one that's going to come out, and I'm going to be assertive. And when I walk into a room, people are going to know that I walk into a room. And that has been my whole aura from then on. And again, I give that up to John Jay. I give it up to my teachings at my teachings at John Jay. But going back to, me going into community engagement, I decided to go in there. I became, a regular level line community specialist. And once I did that, I kind of moved up the ladder really quick, because I was working hand in hand with the DA. Like, I had to know everybody in those communities that I dealt with. I had to know everything about them, 1, 2, 3, because I had to bring the DA out to those communities. And if I didn't know who they were, he was going to look stupid. And that's my behind on the line. So working with the DA gave me a high level of, how to deal with the community, how to deal with myself on a professional level, and how to show up. So he trusted me on so many levels that I was learning so many things. I was getting promoted so many times. I was getting increases so many times. For those of you who work for the city, that's unheard of. But when you show up and show out, and I made him look good and I made the office look good, and I can gather a group of community people that would cheer him on, he's patting himself on the back, and he's like, you want to know something? I'm going to pat you on the back too, Sharon. So I literally was moving up to the point where I was the youngest African-American, non-legal female in that office to hold that position as the executive director of community relations in the Brooklyn DA's office. And with that, I took that as a very high standard. Now, unfortunately, I was like, okay, good things have to come to an end. But during that time, I decided, okay, I have the title, I have the money, I don't have the education to back it. So that's when I went back to John Jay for my master's in public administration, because public administration is dealing with public government, it's dealing with public policy, it's dealing with the community. So I needed to have that backing because I got the salary and I have that. So that backing was very important to me. That educational backing was very important to me. And John Jay was the only college that I saw fit for me to go back to get that master's degree. And I did it. And I graduated, and now I had everything. I had the whole basket with the red bow on it. I had everything. And then guess what? God has a very hilarious, I mean, he has a great sense of humor. The DA lost the election. And because I was in his kitchen cabinet, like his top 10 people, the new DA that came on let me go. He let me go. And I said to myself, oh, shoot, what happens now? And you know, it's funny because when I dealt with the community, when you're going from government to entrepreneurship, it's hard. It's a hard shift because in government, you are giving everything free. Everything. You're just giving it away, because you work for the city, you work for the government. You're not supposed to charge for your knowledge. You know, that's why you get your paycheck. So now I'm applying to everybody. Everybody was telling me, Sharon, I can't afford you. I can't afford you. I would love to have you, but I can't afford you. I can't afford you. And I was sick and tired of hearing that. And I said to myself, okay, what is it that I need to do for me to make my money what I was making? I was making 6 figures. What is it I needed to do? And I thought about it and I said, all right, I'm just going to have to start my own business. And it was trial and error. My husband had started his own IT business prior to that. And I said, you know what, I'll market that. And I hate IT. I don't hate the IT business itself. It's just, I don't know the work. I don't know the industry. So I literally was sitting in a client's office while my husband's techs remoted in and fixed the problem. So what am I doing there? I'm sitting there for like 10, 20, 30, sometimes an hour, just as they're going through the computer on, you know, and fixing everything. So I started talking to my clients about, you know, community engagement, networking, PR, same thing I was doing at the DA's office. And I said, okay, I love doing this. To the point where I sat in one of our clients' office and I created a grand opening for a new pharmacy that he had in Brooklyn. I had the borough president come. I had other elected officials come. I had the media come. I gathered more community. He had so much exposure. I set up this whole grand opening for him. But guess what? I couldn't charge him because he was already my IT client, and that was the business. So I didn't have a PR firm. I didn't have an event planning. I didn't have any of that. So for me to turn around and say, oh, I'm going to charge you this amount for me putting this on, it would have been unethical. So my husband saw what I did and he says, okay, you know what? This is not your calling. That's your calling. So let's turn this around and do a DBA under NetStruck LLC as NetStruck PR, and that's your calling. And that was launched in April of 2015. And from then on, I have to say, I have grown and grown, and I constantly keep learning. I constantly keep learning, and I want to give it to others because this is something that you don't have to just have a 9-to-5. You can always have your own business. I am a co-author in a book, Soaring Beyond the 9-to-5. So while I was working for the city for all those times, I still had a side hustle. I still had that entrepreneurship mentality. And why I had that entrepreneur mentality was because I know I could not get rich off of my 6 figures. I knew I couldn't because I read a lot and I did a lot of things. And I was like, I want to do something different. I want to, you know, have something for myself. So launched the business, and guess what? My specialty is everything out of my master's program in public administration, in community engagement, government relations. That is what I apply for my clients, because guess what? That's what they're looking for. Their client, these are entrepreneurs who wants to get connected to elected officials. If I didn't have that that mentality in how to deal in government, how to deal with political analysis, how to deal with politics. I would have never known the whole deal and how to get them involved. I would have never known to see, okay, you know what? Community engagement is important. You have to have this component part of your business. And that's what makes my firm, Netstruck PR, special and different, because my background. I have a host of clients that say, Sharon, you know what? I would love to connect with the police department. Guess what? I am a long-term member of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, NOBLE. National long time, and I'm a New York chapter. I was on the board for 3 years when I was in the DA's office. So you don't think that I kept those connections? So now it's like, oh, you know what? Let me connect you with Noble. Let me connect you with another state if I have clients, which I do have clients out of New York. Let me connect you with another, you know, with the Noble president in California or Atlanta or whatever. And let's connect you with that. And now you'll be able to build what you're looking for with the law enforcement sector. So this is an opportunity that each and every one of you has, that whether you are in your undergrad, master's program, PhD program, or you are an alum and you're thinking that, okay, I just have to have a career job. I just have to have a job. That's not the case. You got to think outside of the box. You have to be creative. Because I thought the same thing at first. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm at John Jay, or you think it is law enforcement, but it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. It's the psychology in terms of my criminal justice background makes me think differently when I'm dealing with clients who has a criminal background, but they entrepreneurs. Or my public administration, my master's degree, where you're dealing in the community, you're dealing with the politicians. All of these things plays a part. You just got to be savvy enough to say, okay, you know what, let me apply that. And that's what I do with my clients in terms of making different angles when they're pitching to the media. It's not just that straight box. It's not like that. It's all, you can figure it out. Once you bring the angle back to what your business can do, it's open season at that point, because now you're bringing a different thought process to that person that you're presenting to. So I just wanted to just give you guys my story and what I went through and how I am so appreciative of my John Jay education, that, you know, I hope that this helps you guys in terms of what you want to do going forward, or, you know, just what you want to do, period. Like, get your degree and stand high with that. You know, you're a John Jay graduate or you're a John Jay student, and stand up with that, because at the end of the day, listen, Bulldogs all the way. So I want you guys to really embrace what I'm talking about. I'll take any questions if anybody has any questions, any comments. You know, I'm open. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Sharon. So at this point, we'll take any questions, concerns. I hope not. But you can write it on the chat. I'll definitely have it on the chat, but please don't be shy.
Listen, I was shy at one point, and that hurt me, and it had to take, you know, my professor to pull me out of that. So, and I'm still shy, you know, like I just started doing these videos, and if it wasn't for my coach to tell her, you know, for her to tell me, one, what I'm providing is valuable, my content is valuable, and what I'm offering is valuable, and getting out of my way, because that was it. I was in my way all the time. I always second guessed myself. And I was like, I can't keep doing this because I'm doing a disservice to myself. So, you know, no question is bad. No question is crazy. No question is stupid or anything to that extent, because if you're thinking it, someone else is thinking it. Or it might have been something that I never thought of. And it was like, oh, wow, that's good. That's a very good question. So I hope you guys, you know, are just thinking of it. I mean, you guys can find me on LinkedIn. My full name, Sharon Devonish Lee. Please, you know, send a request to me, and I will be happy to connect with you guys. If you know, whatever career you're going into, if you're thinking of entrepreneurship, you know, I'm a business strategist also. So this is something where I talk with people about pulling their passions, putting their passions into profit. And that's what I did. I pulled my passion into profit. I love to talk. So how can I figure that out and put it into profit?
So yeah, we got some questions here now. For me, what are some tips to speak with a large group of people, or presenting your information, or even promoting your business? I have a problem with saying like, you know, certain studying or something like that in the bit.
Okay. Is it in the chat?
Yes, it's in the chat.
It's in the chat. Let me just read it. What are some tips to speak with a large group of people, or presenting your information, or even promoting your business? I have a problem with saying, oh, okay. You have to practice. Yeah. That is a practice moment at that time, constantly talking. Like I said, my speech professor, he literally took points off of us when we said or and. If we said and too many times, he would take points from us. I mean, to the point you started at 100, you're at 50 now. So you got to be more, you have to be conscious of what you are presenting, and practice. I do my presentation so much that I don't even need to look at a presentation. I don't need to look at my and you see me say but look at my my clipboard. I don't have to do any of that. It literally is what I'm going to speak about, how am I going to get it across. Make a tip sheet, with bullets. There's nothing wrong with you looking at a bullet sheet and saying, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. But practicing is the only thing that I'm telling you that will build your confidence up, that will allow you to pull out the ums, pull out the ands. And if you come to a block, just pause. Just pause, because at that point, your pause is going to look like that you're coming up with a thought, and then you proceed. So I hope that helps, Mia.
Thank you. That helped a lot.
Okay, great.
You got another question from Michael.
What advice do you have for someone who is somewhat lost as to what their calling is? I'm a junior and it feels like I'm running out of time. First of all, you're never running out of time. You're a junior in undergrad, you're not out of time. Please believe me, you're never out of time. I started my master's, I started my business in my late 40s. So you, my dear, are still ahead of the game. What you need to do is think about what your passion is. What do you love to do? And if you want to put that in the chat, or if you want to do it at a private chat for me, that's fine. But what is your passion? What is it that you love to do? Is it speaking? Is it, I don't know, it could be something crazy. Is it car dealing, detailing? Is it cooking? Whatever it is, you jot that down, you write that down. It could be a number of things. And then you look at it and you categorize it. What can I do out of these lists that can bring me a profit? Now, a lot of people say don't do stuff for free, but you got to get some type of foot in the door with the business. So if it's something like me, listen, I worked for the city, I was doing PR. I never thought I was going to go into PR, because I thought I was going to die and retire from the city of New York working for Joe Hines. And again, the sense of humor of God was like, no, I have something bigger for you. You're going to take your skill of talking, and you're going to take your skill of seeing people in a different light, and you're going to utilize that in your own business. And it was trial and error. I'm not even going to lie. It was trial and error, and I had to, figure it out. And I'll be honest with you, getting a coach or a mentor is the best thing you can do. That was my downfall when I started my entrepreneurship role. Is I did not get a coach. I did not get a mentor. I kind of just, went off of what I learned from the DA's office and what I learned from my education. And what I say now is monkey see, monkey do. So if I see a mentor that is making 6 figures, 7 figures for their business, and they're in my industry, I need to either get coached by them or mentored by them. And that's what I did last year. during COVID, I didn't know what I was going to do because, again, my business is more of a relationship building. And I didn't know what to do because I was literally just had myself pigeonholed in New York. When I picked up my coach, who is a media monetization mentor coach, I picked her up last year, April, and she turned my whole business around to make it where it's online. It still can be face-to-face, but now it's online. So I'm doing group coaching. I'm doing one-on-one coaching. I'm doing still done for you services. I'm doing a host of things. I'm doing guest speaking, just like what I'm doing here today. And last year was my biggest year during the pandemic that I made over $200,000 with my business. I made that more than what I did working for the city of New York. But it's all in terms of what my passion is and how bad do I want it, and my structure and my teachings. So I applied everything to what I did, but I already knew I needed to do X, Y, and Z for me to get there. So I see you said you dabble in e-commerce business and you enjoy it. E-commerce is so huge. Like, I mean, that's something where you should definitely figure out what product or service can be through that e-commerce and go for it. Anybody that is in a mentor, or there's a lot of programs and certifications and just mentoring in e-commerce that you can use, that you can build yourself, and you can identify what do you want to do through with the e-commerce businesses. If you enjoy it, then you're going to be able to make money with it. So I hope that helps, Michael.
It's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, Michael, I will say this, Michael. I usually don't dab in this, but Sharon is absolutely right. Life will throw you curveballs and you're not out of time. Don't feel that, I was sat in the same shoes, and Sharon can probably say the same thing too as well. I have to be decided. I'm a junior. I have this career path. I have to go through it. I got to decide right now. What I can say from personal experience as well, be open to it. And, any opportunity comes, just take it. And if it doesn't work, you've tried it.
Right. You can put that aside.
My dad would always say this to me, you can't complain if you haven't tried it, or you can't have any regrets if you haven't tried it.
Absolutely.
If you start thinking about regrets, then
you're never going to do it.
You're not going to achieve what you really wanted to do. So don't feel you out of time, Michael. And as well, Michael, hey, make an appointment with us, man. We're the career services here to help you out.
And you want to know something? Here's another thing that I have to give. The career service department in John Jay, when I was in my undergrad, was such an inspiration and such a lifesaver. So when I was doing my internship undergrad at the DA's office, I had the opportunity. So I don't know if this is the same thing, but when we had to register, freshman year, you don't get the good time picks with the professors. And so I don't know if that's the same thing, but that was when I was going. So freshman year, sophomore year, I wasn't getting the cream of the crop times that I wanted to get. Junior and senior year, it was like, oh, I got 9 a.m. I could put more of my classes in 2 days. It was literally like a blessing. So remember, I told you I was interning. I was a floater, so I was going all over the office, going to different departments, and it was time for me to register for class for my fall semester junior year. Cream of the crop. I had the first day, so I went and I told my immediate supervisor that I was going to take the day off and I was going to go to register for school. That my immediate supervisor was always pushing me to do not let this job take you out of school. Get your education. Make sure you get your degree. I don't care what. This money is nothing if you don't have your degree. So he said, okay, fine. He says, just let HR know. So I called HR and I said, listen, I have to go and register. I'm just going to take a day. And she was like, well, you don't have time. You're not on there. You're a floater, so you don't have time. And I was like, well, I'll take a lost day. Like I I don't mind. And she's like, no, you cannot do that. And I was like, no, I am going to do it because this is the first day of class and you don't understand. If I miss this, then I'm not going to get the classes that I want. And she just did not care. So listen, I'm a junior. I was what, 19? I was like, I'm taking the day. So I went and I took the day. I registered. I got my classes. And then guess what happened? The next day, I walk in and they send me to the HR department and they told me that my position was terminated because I was AWOL. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're firing me because I went to go register for school? And they were like, yeah, bye. Again, my mother was working there. She was working directly with the DA. And everybody went to my mother and said, you should go and talk to the DA. And my mother was like, no, her education is more important. I was kicking and screaming. I was like, I can't believe this. Went to the career advisement department at John Jay. That was the best thing that could have happened to me because guess what job I landed in the stay in school program? I became a legal secretary in the Eastern District U.S. Attorney's Office, working on the floor with the U.S. Attorney, Zachary Carter. I would never have had that opportunity had I not been at John Jay, had I not got fired, had I not said I need to register for my classes early. So you got to go with the flow in terms of John Jay has been many blessings to me. I never, and to this day, I would run into the former U.S. Attorney, Zachary Carter, and he would remember me. And he always says, you ain't get that law degree yet? And I'm like, no, you know what, sorry. But I'm not throwing it out because I do have, now I do have options, but he still remembers me. He still remembers me. The first African-American male U.S. attorney for the Eastern District still remembers me. And he put me under his wing because he was like, you are going to stay and you're going to get your degree and you're going to go to law school and I will help you when you're ready. I would have not gotten that had I not been a part of the John Jay family. So I want you guys to utilize that, really.
Question here, can we have you direct? Definitely struck a nerve, a good one. Justina would like to have your email address to have any.
Yeah, I can put that in the chat.
And
absolutely.
Hannah has another question when you get a chance to look. It's a good question.
My situation is similar to Michael's, not e-commerce though, but I have a fire in me to defend, fight and help people, but I'm not sure how to narrow it down. Instead, I find myself thoughts all over the place. If you can come off mute and talk to me about what that fire is you want to help people, because I had that similar conversation with a client of mine. She did not understand. She wanted to help people, but she didn't know what it was called. And you want to help people, it's community engagement. And it's community engagement in different levels. So if you want to help people, then is it helping people non-for-profit? Is it helping people, to get access to resources? What is it really that fire is in you that you want to help people? If you can, if not, you could shoot me an email and you could jump on my calendar and I can have a consult with you and just really talk about how is it you really want to get out, or reach out to Edwin. That's what they're for.
Definitely, and you can make an appointment with myself. I have my appointment until next week. But I will say this from my personal experience. I was wanting to help folks. I wanted to do something that would help people. I went for thinking that I had to teach. Teaching wasn't for me. And I almost finished my master's degree in teaching. And I walked away and I said, this isn't for me. At first I thought, okay, well, I did a little soul searching, spoke to my advisor, and higher education was kind of my calling. Like I asked, my counselor, I was like, what degree did you get? I like that you're helping, but you're helping, folks in the college area. That's what I want to help at. And then a monkey wrench came in, and I was a police officer for 3 years. And that changed, and I wanted to go back and help people at a different capacity in higher education. And that's what I ended up doing from there on. But again, what I can definitely say is dab into many different fields. It's okay. You have that fire to help. That's great. So dab into community engagement if you want, dab into education. And that's where you get to figure out, is this what I see myself doing the next 5 years? Is this something I want to do? And I know, Sharon, you can speak for that too as well. You know, you just try as much as you can and you'll find that niche.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question. But again, you can make an appointment with us. We can discuss it more further. We could try to hone it down. You know, just go to John Jay Careers and schedule an appointment with us. But what I could definitely say is there's a lot of opportunities and jobs of helping folks. Of course, like Sharon, what narrowing it down. But I can say is try each of them. What's the worst that can happen? Is that's not for me. Let me delve into this.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to do your trial and error. But like I said, make a list. Make a list of the things that you like, and then go forward from there. Prioritize it. So, you know, my thing was, I love to talk. I love to help people. How is it I can parlay that into a business? And it, you know, it hit me when, like I said, when I was sitting in the office with an IT client and I'm just talking, I'm literally just giving all of my valuable information, valuable content and everything out, that he was just like, oh my God, like I never thought of it that way. Like for some reason, I see a different angle where it comes to marketing, where it comes to a particular business, an entrepreneur. And I always include that a community engagement. So you probably just have to unleash that expertise of what you have, because you're hovering it, because you're second guessing yourself, or you don't want to open up and just try something. And there's nothing wrong with trial and error. That's why I always say volunteer. You know, reach out to someone, reach out to an agency if you know someone, volunteer there. That is the best way that you can do that. I had a young lady talking to me and she said she wants to be a veterinarian. And I was like, okay, well, do you have animals? Do you have a pet? She was like, no. I said, you might want to go volunteer at a pet shelter or something, that, you know, just to make sure that this is something that you want to do. And she came back to me maybe about 6 months later, and she said, you know what, that was the best thing that you could have done. She said, because I do not have the patience with animals. It's just, they're cute, fluffy, but, you know, to really just work with them and deal with them. And she was like, I don't have the patience. And I was like, there you go. Listen, you just wasted like a whole lot. I mean, you just saved yourself a whole lot of money for veterinarian school. But
You know, Sharon, that's a great point that you bring out, because that's what I thought. I rushed into a master's program and I thought I wanted to teach, and then realizing I spend money right on student teaching. This isn't for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me. My wife's a teacher, bless her heart. But that's why I tell folks, you know, volunteer, get involved. Even though there's nothing to pay with it, you save yourself time and energy long run, but you go through a self-discovery, and you hit it at the nail. So I'm glad someone else is saying that too. Because I tell that.
Yeah. You have to. If you don't do the trial and error, if you don't see that this is not for me, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting the other people's time. And, you know, you probably would get, you know, angry and rigid toward that, you know, you're a failure. And that's not the case. It's, you have to do trial and error. A very successful millionaire, billionaire has tried multiple times before they actually got what they got to get them to where they are now as a millionaire, billionaire. Just that you just have to keep trying and keep figuring out, what is your niche? What do you like to do? And on top of that, it could be multiple things. It could be multiple things. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a publicity strategist, I'm a business strategist. But guess what? You know what I do also? Because a successful entrepreneur has multiple streams of income, I also do jewelry. I have I have a business women's organization, Ladies of Third Thursday. Like, these are other things that I love to do, but it's also bringing in other streams of income. I have a women's organization. Why not have a jewelry business? I just sit it there and they just purchase the stuff. So it's like, you have to think about, don't think too small. Don't, you know, if it's small, then you start and you make it big. You make it bigger. Don't just stay small. Make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and you will get to where you need to get to. But you got to start. You definitely have to start. I'm not telling everybody to go and leave their job, because I did not leave my job. I didn't leave my job. I got laid off, and it pushed me into entrepreneurship. But I also, when I was employed, I was working my hustle. I was working my hustle. So again, you know, when I wrote that chapter in Soaring Beyond the 9 to 5, it definitely was true. And it wasn't easy, because when you work for the city, you have to disclose everything that what you're doing for your business in the city. So my smart behind built my business outside of New York. It was a network marketing business. So I built it outside of New York, where I did not have to disclose that information because there was no conflict of interest. So there's ways that you could get around it. You just got to be smart about it, and you got to be strong-minded about it.
Right.
Any other questions?
Concerns?
My email is in the chat. Please shoot me an email. If you are a LinkedIn person, which I highly, highly, highly recommend to get on LinkedIn and use it as a tool for connecting with somebody that is in the industry of what you're interested in, and connect with them. I'll be honest with you, that is one of the best networking ways that you could connect with somebody in what your passion is, and they could probably become a mentor to you. So you could find me, my full name, it's Sharon Devonish Lee on LinkedIn. And you know, there's my email. My Calendly is in my signature. You could literally click on that, just put in there John Jay, either alum or student, or, you know, whatever, just so I can identify, where we met. And you know, we could take it from there. But I love talking to you guys and just letting you guys know my journey, and I was doing this with a full family, husband, 2 kids, looking to buy a house. In fact, when I was graduating my undergrad, I was pregnant, buying a house, and getting married all in the same year. And I graduated with honors. So you can definitely do this. And ironically, when I graduated my master's, yeah, I had my 3rd son, so, which is crazy. So John Jay, you know, you're very fertile.
I commend you. I didn't have my children till afterwards. I commend folks who do it. It's tough. But when there's a will, there's a way. But
absolutely. And you know,
and a lot of the folks to juggle all that.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to come back just to be in the building again and just feel the energy of John Jay students, and just the student body, and just the atmosphere. I loved doing that. I love walking into the building. So I always had that. I always had that confidence, and I also felt a sense of being when I walked into John Jay. And as John Jay grew and upgraded, and just really just started bringing different things on, it just made me feel good, because I'm part of that family.
That's great. Do you have about like 6 minutes, folks? This is the time.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to ask your name. I missed it in the beginning.
It's written in the box. No, so it's sorry. Sharon. I'll type it in.
No, Sharon. Sorry, it wasn't. I got your name. It was the host.
Oh, Edwin.
Oh, it's me, Edwin. What's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to get your full name.
Oh, it's Edwin Luna. I'll type it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have any other questions, concerns, stories? And by the way, folks, I still have connections in the Brooklyn DA's office. So I still know the DA there in Brooklyn. So if anyone is interested in that capacity, just shoot me an email, and I can, see if you're looking to want to do an internship there or anything to that extent. Like I said, you graduate with your bachelor's in science, you are an automatic paralegal going into the DA's office.
Tifa, you have your hand up?
Yeah.
Go on ahead, the floor is yours.
Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you for sharing your wonderful story. My quick question was, you said that you're a mom, right? And you finished your master's degree and had your third child and everything. What advice would you give a mom that is, currently going through that scenario where I'm signing up for my master's program and I'm finishing up my bachelor's?
Um, do not overwhelm yourself.
Mhm.
My kids, when I was pregnant going through my master's program, my two older ones were 11 and 12. And I have to say, they saw themselves as like, the big brother. So they were taking care of me the whole time. But mentally, I did not overwhelm myself. I paced myself out in terms of, I knew what I wanted to do. Again, you got to understand, I already had the job. I already had the title. I already had the salary. So I was bringing on the education for me to just make that whole package as whole. So in my mind, I needed to brace myself because it wasn't a rush. And the same thing should be for you. Don't make it as a rush. Take your time, do what you have to do, and everything will fall into place. But don't stop. So even if you got to take one class, but do not stop, because that is where you will fall into that, oh, you know what, I'll do it next semester. I'll do it next semester. I'll do it next semester. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to do that, but I didn't. So I just kept going, and I paced myself for that. And I'm not sure in terms of what your major is for your master's program, but it also helps for you to, see if you can find a mentor in, about that industry with that master's program, and just see exactly where you can go career-wise or entrepreneur-wise with that master's degree. And a lot of things would definitely work itself out.
Well, my daughter is turning 6, and I did what you just said not too long ago. I held myself back because I was like, I have to raise my kid, I have to work, etc. And I put off college for a while. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I would like to obtain my master's in either business or human rights. My bachelor's is in human services, community justice. But I know I want to do much more. I would like to one day start my own organization. I know that's very ambitious, but
No,
if other people did it, I can do it too.
That is not ambitious. That is your dream. That is your goal, and that should be on your vision board.
It is.
Everybody should have a vision board. Everyone should have a vision board, and what you want, what you're projecting for your life going forward. So that is not, overzealous.
So for a parent that has a smaller kid, because I have one child and she's gonna be 6. I know you said you had a bit of help around the house with your older kids and stuff like that. What exact advice would you give somebody that's in my current situation? Where I'm a single mom. I'm doing everything by myself. I'm working, school, taking care of my daughter remotely at the moment. So I'm just like, yeah.
I was about to say, I'll be honest with you, with my master's program, a lot of it was remote. I was going to school a lot on remote. And if you have the opportunity to do that, where you're not leaving the house and you're able to, do your classes remotely, then definitely, stick with the remote. And like I said, if you got to take one class, take one class. Don't rush the process, because you still have a family that you have to take care of. But if you can take as many remote classes that you can, do that. And, as going further, any classes that you need to take for graduation, then you push that, if you can, later on. So when your daughter is a little older, and you'll be able to do it maybe when she's in school, so you can actually go and, I don't know what the work situation is with you, but that might be an opportunity that you want to try to do. But it's working around everything. And God bless remote, because if I didn't have that, I think I would have gone crazy. But it definitely helped out in terms of me doing the remote, because you got to understand, I was also working full time. So I was working full time. I had my sons, I had my husband, house executive director for the borough of Brooklyn for community relations. I had staff, and I still had my side hustle that what I was doing. So you would think I was like all over the place, but I positioned myself in a way that I needed to accomplish this, but I'm not going to spread myself too thin. So I literally worked it out in terms of that I did piece by piece by piece.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Hope it helped.
Last question.
Yes, it definitely did.
I'm sorry.
Great.
Great. Last question, actually. Is there any jobs relating to psychology in the DA's office?
That is a good question. Psychology. It probably is. I know we have forensic. We do have a forensic psychology department, but I would have to see, because a lot of changes happened in the office, like a lot of departments dissolved and they brought in new departments and so forth like that. I'll find out, and Edwin, I can get back to you, so you could reach out to Christella.
Christella, I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
And just keep in mind, Christella, like anything involving the psychology field, just be aware you're gonna end up eventually wanting to get a graduate degree. It's just the nature of the beast, in especially psychology.
That's true.
But you could have a psychology degree and still work in the DA's office. The capacity of it, that's more for discussion, and we could definitely take a look at it. When making a point with us, because we have all sorts of folks coming with different backgrounds working in the DA's office, depending on what capacity, as you all know, Sharon. But if it's more relation towards the psychology field in that, we'll try to look for that niche. But just be aware, graduate school is most likely going to be in the picture if that's the field you want to follow in, especially in the field of psychology. You're going to have a master's and beyond. That's usually the case, but we set a good foundation. I will say that. And the program is really well here, forensic psychology. What I can say is, because I used to work in the admissions field, what I can say is you don't have to go back and do your undergrad and take undergraduate psychology courses if you're applying for a, say, for example, master's program in psychology. You want to do adolescent psychology, or you want to do mental health counseling. We set a good foundation that you don't have to go back, even though our undergrad degree is so specific, because it's very rare that you'll find undergrad degrees so specific. But don't feel afraid that you think you have to go back. Not in our program.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, folks. I'll say that concludes our session. Definitely want to give a round of applause to Sharon, if you can. Thank you so much for taking the time and you know, devoting your time and effort to speaking to our students and alum. And I hope you folks enjoyed one of these many career chats that we're going to have throughout the fall. So again, thank you, Sharon. And folks are free to go. It's up to you.
Thank you again, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, Sharon. Take care. We'll keep in touch. And if you need anything from me, come on. You're more than welcome to reach me.
And same thing here. If you need me, just reach out.
Thank you so much. This was really enlightening and it was great.
Thanks. Take care.
You too.